the past Sundays in the ordinary time, what we have heard from the many homilies that we have heard, the theme of the readings, they are mercy, forgiving, compassionate. They are the qualities of God. But the readings of today, it continue to remind us the virtues, the values, the character of God, that God is a merciful God, that God is a compassionate God, and that God is a loving God. In the first reading, the prophet Isaiah said, "Look, who is God? A God who is just, a God who is merciful, that He is ready to accept you even though you did not follow Him. He is welcoming His hearts to you. You were exiled in Babylon, but His heart goes with you. Come back to Him." That is the first reading. And what is our responsorial psalm? And maybe, hopefully, it will be our reminder to each and every one of us every time that we wake up in the morning, that even this will be our prayer, that we thank the Lord for He is merciful and just, and slow to anger, because full of compassion. The second reading from St. Paul, he was telling his listeners that he will offer himself again and again to do the will of the Lord. For once, he was the one persecuting the followers of Jesus. But realizing who is Jesus in his life, a merciful God, a forgiving God, that's why he will give entirely his life in the service of Jesus. What is the gospel of today? This is a parable that will teach us the different way how to look life, the different way to see Jesus, to see God in another perspective. Ano yung abot ng ating mga mata? Ano yung abot ng ating pag-iisip? What is equal? What is just? What is justice is? If this is the only work time that you exerted effort, if it is only 1 hour that you are, and you must be given an equal pay for that 1 hour, or for that 2 hours, or for that 5 hours, or by that 8 hours. But the good Lord sees in a different way. He saw the needs of those who are idle that day, beginning from 6 o'clock, from 9 o'clock, from 10 o'clock, from 3 o'clock, and the 5 o'clock. But the good Lord, generous and kind, He gave them the same wage. If you are the owner of a factory, of a vineyard, or whatever business that you have, what is just is, kung ano lang ang natrabaho nilang oras, that is equivalent to what will be theirs But the good Lord reminds us that the way He sees the lives of the many, the needs of the many, is very different to ours. Kaya if I may ask you, my dear brothers and sisters, how do you see your life now? Do you see your life being unfair? Do you see your life that you are not treating well? Do you see your life that it seems there is no purpose? You keep on praying. You keep coming to Mass. You keep asking the Lord. But it seems you are the one praying, but your other friends that they are not praying, not doing good things at all. But it seems life treating them well. When we have bitterness and regret seeing life, that is the key to be unhappy. When we try, when we do to compare ourselves, that is the most unjust thing that we can do to ourselves. Do you believe so? Naniniwala po ba kayo na when we compare ourselves to others, that is the most injustice that we can do to ourselves? Yes or no? Wala man lang sumagot. Yes or no? Yes. Why? Because you are very different from other people. If you compare yourself to other people, you will not see that you are blessed. You will not see and even grateful the things that you have. Because you have no more time counting the blessings that you have, but rather the frustrations that you have because you do not see to yourself other things rather than the things of others. Bakit marami ang mga tao na malungkot sa buhay? Because they do injustice to themselves. Instead of counting their blessings, they count their frustrations in life. Trabaho ako ng trabaho, pero bakit parang hindi ako binibigyan ng kaginhawaan ang aking pagtatrabaho? Bakit napakaliit ang bahay ko? Bakit wala akong sasakyan? Bakit marami tayong bakit? But if we look ourselves within as a grace of God, we can say that we are blessed. Dahil kung tayo ay may maliit na bahay, may mga tao na naiinggit din sa atin o hindi sa naiinggit sa atin, ang kanilang ipinagpre-pray din na sana kahit meron man lang silang masilungan na bahay, kahit ito ay maliit lang. Every time I go to Silang Cavite, because I am also assigned as a Dean of Studies in our seminary, and I always pass by there in Araneta, napakaraming homeless. Natutulog sila sa gitna ng daan. And I was telling myself, at times, nagko-complain ako, nagsasabi ako, life is unfair, Panginoon, dahil nagsisilbi ako. Samantalang walang aircon, walang electric fan, hindi malambot ang aking higaan. Samantalang mas marami pang mga tao ang naghihirap kaysa sa akin. How do you see your life? Do you keep complaining dahil matigas ang ulo ng inyong asawa? Buti nga, nagkaasawa kayo, yung iba walang asawa. Do you keep complaining? Napakatigas ang ulo ng inyong mga anak? Buti nga, nagkaanak kayo, yung iba walang anak. Masakit ba ang ulo ninyo dahil sa rami ng problema ninyo? Buti nga sakit ng ulo lang, yung iba ay hindi na nila alam kung paano nila iuntog ang kanilang ulo dahil sa kanilang sakit na kanser o anuman. At times, my dear brothers and sisters, we lose faith because instead of being grateful to God, we blame God. That is the very message of Our Lady, the Blessed Virgin Mary at Lazaret, to the two children, Maximine and Melanie. If you will be converted, everything will be self-sown. But if you keep doing what is bad for God and for people, you will never recompense the things that I have done for you, because my son, Jesus, is suffering for you. I do not know if I am making sense, kasi yung iba parang inaantok. Siguro kagabi may time na nag-happy-happy dahil Saturday. But I hope your attendance in this Mass will give you more hope that you will be the best person, the happiest person that you can be, because God is so good to you. Count your blessings, my dear sisters and brothers. Let us count them. Let us not count our frustrations. Let us be thankful and grateful to God, my dear brothers and sisters, for being grateful always to God is being godly. Happiness is a choice. If you want to be happy, choose to be happy. But in the same way, if you want to be sad and lonely and bitter in life, it is your choice to be sad, to be lonely, to be alone. Count your blessing, for you are blessed with the life that God entrusted to you.